now. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jamera. I work in tech and I make lifestyle videos and videos about living in New York. And I just wanted to film, so this video is going to be a week in my life. I feel like it's lopsided. So yeah, this is going to be a week in my life video. I just went downstairs to collect a package that I ordered because I need a real mop. I got I think like a little cloth mop that attached to a Swiffer like pole from Muji when I first moved into this apartment, but I realized I need a real mop and not to rely on like those like Swiffer jets. I need water and a cleanser to get these floors nice and clean and everything. So that's what I'm doing now. I know about like the spin mops and I think there's different kinds, but the one that I got was this Libman, and I don't know, I like this one because the reviews mentioned that the handles didn't like collapse. So I was like, oh, let me check this out. I ordered it from Amazon. While I'm constructing this, I just wanted to talk about all that's been going on and just sort of like catch up. So I don't know, though I'm feeling more and more comfortable with working from home over working in the office. While there's like, while I like going into the office from time to time, it does feel really nice to be working at home and to like be in a comfortable space, like watch work, do different tasks while I'm working. It feels sort of nice, but I don't know, being at home, it's like it can be too tempting sometimes, but I feel like I'm coming on the other side of that, where I've gotten better about organizing my time, managing my time, collecting like my work tasks, and I've been in this role for a little while longer. I feel a little bit more comfortable with the job itself. It's just that I'm alone. So this apartment is still not done, y'all. And that's definitely my fault, because once it started getting warmer, I was like, bam, I'm out of here. I'm doing this, and this. I had like visitors coming in and all that stuff. And I just did not commit to, after getting like the larger pieces of furniture, was not committing to doing any other furnishing. And I feel like the reason why so much is still like in flux in terms of like the furniture and everything, is just because like I had the vision of what I wanted my place to look like, but it was mostly consistent of the larger pieces of furniture. So now when it comes to like getting those secondary furniture items, I feel a lot more stuck in what I want like the vision of the space to be. And I'm also feeling less like, I guess the word is like particular about, it should look like this, or it should, I don't have like an exact item that I want. And I feel like sometimes that can be a little bit like, that can lead to issues, because if like, I don't really care that much about the items now compared to like the other pieces that I was super invested in, that could be a slippery slope into like the place ended up not looking so well. But that's like not really like the biggest issue. Look at this fluffy thing. That's cute. Shedding a bit. So that's just sort of like my view of things. How can I do this? Just supposed to, oh wow. And that just snaps right in. My question then becomes, how do I take it out? It feels really sturdy and nice. Okay, lit. So now I have a mop. So I said all that to say that I'm gonna work on finishing the apartment. Probably won't be really done until the new year. But I feel like we're almost there. What else? I've also been like wanting to just rearrange some of the furniture, maybe like bring out the couch and move the TV further out this way. I think I want to move my desk by the window, even though like I don't love the idea of waking up to like the side of my desk. I think it'll be nicer to work when I'm working from home, to just work by a source of light. So I think I'm gonna shift some things around and see what that looks like, and if not, move it around again. That's sort of the beauty of living alone. So it is after work. Clearly, I am hanging out on the couch about to watch the newest Game of Thrones show. I'm really excited for it. It took me a while to get into Game of Thrones originally, and then when I did, I became hooked. So I'm actually really looking forward to this show and just seeing what it has to offer. I haven't read any of the books, but I'm hoping that the new creators of this show does like this show justice compared to like the Game of Thrones like final season. Let me know if you're watching the show too. Good morning. All before work, I decided to move and rearrange my space. There's still some work to do, but I don't know. I'm happy to have my desk back by the window again, just because I know that in the winter the sun's gonna be going down a lot quicker, and I'm going to like that corner is already pretty dark, and I feel like it'll just be a lot less dreary if I move closer to the window and all that stuff. But I don't know. I need to do something about my cord management when it comes to my desk, because the look of the cords is just not doing it for me. It's really annoying me, and it makes it like my desk is already probably the most cluttered thing, the most cluttered surface like in the place. So I feel like with the clutter that's already on the desk itself, then you factor in the cord management, it's just not nice to look at. So I need to figure out something about that. And I also want to like level up my desk and get like a larger monitor as well, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. And so also I pushed back the couch and the TV because I didn't want the space the way that it was very like one-sided, where a lot of the furniture was congregated on like the window side of the apartment, which was fine, but there was also a lot of like floor space closer towards the back of the apartment. So I wanted to see what it was like to sort of bring the couch out so that it was not on the wall, but more so like floating in the middle of the space. And I'm also, I don't know how that is. It's because this couch is so low, now that it's surrounded by the standing desk and the dining table, like on both sides, you sort of feel lower, like those things are like very close to you. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but I also wanted to, again, it's getting warmer and stuff, so I wanted to have something I wanted it to feel a bit more like cozy and comfortable, but we'll see. I'll try it out and see how I like it. Definitely need to clean and everything first before like making a final judgment on it, but if not, we'll just see what else we can do, what other iterations we can do. One thing I also don't want to do, I don't want to bring the dining table over in this area, because for me this area is like the bedroom area, and I don't want to have like food and food all over the apartment. So I would like to have the dining table closer to the kitchen, but we'll see how that goes, because I do eat by my desk sometimes, so maybe this will force me to start eating more, like all of my meals on the dining table instead of at my desk. But yeah, so that's all of what's happening this morning. And now that it's almost 9, I can't believe I've done all this. I need to figure out breakfast. For breakfast, I think I'm gonna do these like biscuits that I got from Whole Foods. So like a breakfast biscuit with eggs, and I don't have any fruit, which is rare for me. And then maybe add like some spinach. It's gonna take me a minute because I just started preheating. I didn't think this through, but I did want to talk about, so Halloween's coming up, and I feel like I started just getting ready for it early, and a part of me wants to decorate, but I'm trying to find some like cool ideas that look like, that's like my style, but also not too like clean and like you don't know it's Halloween. So I don't know, I'm torn between going all the way, and then it just, I consider myself to be a minimalist, so I don't think I'll go all out and like buy a bunch of like inflatables and things like that. I just want some like cool minimal Halloween ideas. I was thinking about doing this like DIY that could serve 2 functions in my space, but I'm not a DIYer, so that's gonna take some time to get and gather like everything together. And, you know, I was just thinking about Halloween and the holidays and decorating for the holidays and what that may look like in my space, because now I have like a space that's bigger and I can like do that sort of stuff, so that's exciting. Are y'all big decorators for the holidays? Are you like me and always want to decorate but like never really get into it the way that you plan to? Or do you go all out? Do you not decorate at all? Definitely let me know. I could definitely use some tips from the decorating committees. I'm trying to think of ways that I can like jazz up this whole meal, and I'm thinking, what if I did like a breakfast sandwich, put some spicy chili crisp on it? I feel like that could be really good.
Remember to show up for yourself even on those days where you don't feel like it, right?
So I may be getting a nightstand this week. Maybe. I have been starting to stalk Facebook Marketplace. One thing about me though is that I will try to negotiate you down on Facebook Marketplace if I just maybe, you never know. And so I reached out to this person for the nightstand, and it was still available, because that's the thing, go to check. But then when she got back to me, I was like, great, would you be able to come down to $50? Would you be able to come down to just $10 less? And so I'm still waiting to hear back. I feel like this is the most, like, the scary part. That's like, I hope she doesn't go to someone else. Because, like, I can pay, it's like, so $60. And I'm like, I can pay that, but it would be great if I could pay $50 instead of $60. But we'll see how it goes. I actually really like it. I think it's tall enough to be a good, like, bedside table. I got these stools from this, like, African market a few months ago, thinking that I could use them as a bedside table, but they're too low, so they may just end up being like a side table or something. But yeah, they're a bit too low, so here's hoping that it works out. I'm gonna be checking my Facebook Marketplace all the time now. I don't know. So I'm sort of sitting in the new setup, and I definitely need to do some more cleaning and moving things around. But I actually feel pretty good now about the way things are looking. I think once I turned the TV on, it felt like pretty fine, actually. Good morning. We are going into the office today. Sort of scrambling to pull it all together. So I wanted to show what I'm wearing. Wearing a little graphic tee from Disney Pixar. And paired it with my green midi, I think it's called midi, green midi skirt from Mango, and just my black and white Vans. Going into the office is like, just the nature of where I work is like not really particular about what you wear, so I love that, because I'm all about my comfort, and dressing in business clothing is not comfortable. So I'm in the mother's room at work, which, like, no one comes in here except to, like, get a little shut-eye. And I have never actually been in here, and I didn't realize that there was, like, a whole kitchen, and, like, not a kitchen, there's a whole, like, sink and everything. I'm like, great. So I just thought I'd come in here because it has been very busy today, and I just feel pretty off and a little down. On the way to work, I was like walking past this Photographica Museum. I think it's just a museum that has galleries of photos, and it reminded me that I wanted to check it out because there are a few exhibits that they had open. One was on like Black Venus, I think that was the name of the exhibit, Black Venus, and that was just like a history. Anyways, it was 2 exhibits surrounding like Africa and then Black women in photography. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go and get tickets. Come in, look it up, turns out the exhibit just closed. Both of them just closed, and now the museum is like closed through the 8th because they're prepping for a new exhibit. So missed out on that. And now I'm just thinking like of the things that I have just been sort of like putting off, like just little activities and things I've been wanting to do that I've just not really prioritized. And I want to do better about not doing that and not allowing myself to be like so idle, and also thinking more critically about how I'm using my time to do things, because sometimes it is nice to just be at the house and rest and watch TV, and other times it's like I don't have to go straight home, and when I'm in the city I should do more exploring. And I'm hoping that, my goal is to do a little more outside of work when I come into the office, even if it means I'm going out of my way, even if it means it's like not the best weather, not my ideal weather, but just like not be so stuck in like going into office and heading home and just relaxing and being in my cozy, comfortable space at home. Like, because there's more to see and do in the world, and you only have one life. So that's my takeaway. What do y'all like doing? I feel like I'm asking so many questions of y'all. What do y'all like to do after work? Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I be so tired. I just want to go home, make my food, get my food, and just call it a day. Wrap it up. Morning. So I am getting ready to pick up my nightstand. I'm hoping that it goes well. I think I remember talking about how I reached out to this person for a nightstand on Facebook Marketplace and tried to negotiate. She did accept my offer. However, I don't know. I feel like these folks on Facebook Marketplace, sometimes they act like they aren't trying to sell things because their response time is so freaking like slow. But it's all working out, and I'm gonna pick up the nightstand today, and get ready to head out and do that. And also my cookbook / hosting book that I was waiting for came in the mail. So I am gonna also go to the grocery store for a recipe that I want to make. It is Alex Hill's arroz con pollo, which is a Puerto Rican dish that I've not had in so freaking long. So I'm excited to try it out and see what it tastes like on my end. Just got back with the nightstand, and it is definitely bigger than I expected, and I'm hoping that it will fit in the spot. But I'm gonna wipe it down first and then clean the space and then get everything together. But yeah, so this is what it's gonna look like. I need to wipe things down. But one thing I really wanted was a drawer in the nightstand, and this has soft clothes, so woo, she's fancy. I think normally this retails at IKEA for $150, and I got it for $50. And it looks to be in like really great condition stuff, so that is great.
For generations, watch this.
Good morning. Today it's a little before 9 and I'm about to head out to go to Jersey City to pick up a shelf. I'm shocked by how quickly everything has been moving this week in terms of like getting back into the furnishing like goal. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to having a space to like put more books and like just have another surface to like put my like Star Wars and vases and just like, you know, make the place feel a little bit more like home. Oh my gosh, I decided to wait till I was in Jersey to get gas, and so once I got to the gas station, I hopped out to get gas, but I forgot in Jersey they fill your gas tank up. So the guy came up to me and was like, what you doing? So that's nice. Eek. And gas is $3.79. Fill her up, right? Got the keys. This has this like faux white painted wood look on it, which I think I would definitely prefer if it was just a flat white shelf. But it'll do. I'm excited. It was quite the journey to bring her in. The girls that sold it to me helped me put it in my car, and they were like, oh, it may be like a 2-person job. And I said, well, I just got me right now. And I was able to get it out of the car pretty easy. It's also very light, so that was good. I also just got back from the local like natural food store as well, and honestly I do not recommend. Well, I'm never gonna do that again. Like, that is not a place that I will go food shopping at again, because it's just way too expensive. I had no clue that I was about to be walking out here spending more than I spend at Whole Foods. So I learned my lesson with that. Okay, so to start, let's start with like the fun bag. So I went to the ShopRite in Jersey to get my Saison items that I wouldn't find at like the specialty like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's stores. I got the Saison that I needed, which is the one with coriander and annatto. Then I saw these honeycomb bite things. I used to love honeycomb growing up, like the cereal. So the fact that they like put the cereal as like a snack, I don't know really what this is. So I'm interested in trying it out. Then the recipe that I got Uncle Ben's white rice. The recipe calls for parboiled rice, which I think is like rice that has been boiled or like boiled for like 5 minutes, which is different from the rice that I normally cook with, which is like jasmine rice. So, and I was like, I don't want to mess up the recipe by having like the wrong type of rice. Like rice is gonna be so finicky. So I'm like, let me just get what this rice specifically says that it's parboiled, and then just go from there. Saw this Kool-Aid jammers, and it immediately brought me back to school, brought me back to being a kid, and I said, let's see what this is like for one last time. I love that it says it contains 0 juice. So what's in it? Chemicals is what's in it. And then I got some mini ginger ale cans from the regular like natural like food store. Got some bread, some grapes, like coconut water. Probably gonna take this when I go out tonight. Some frozen mahi. This Elmhurst almond milk. I've never tried this almond milk before, but it says that it just has filtered water and almonds. These were the main culprits. You wouldn't believe it. Bell peppers. These were the main culprits that really like shocked me. I think when she weighed them, this was what, 0.46 pounds? And guess how much it cost? I've never in my life seen something. I've never in my life seen red bell peppers or green bell peppers cost $2. What? What are they doing? They are organic, but that's, I guess the price of food is really going up. I got this onion, garlic, clove of garlic, some lemon. Got these chicken breast, bacon, mild milk tea, and then they also have like a strawberry milk one. But yeah, that is all I got. These are all the books that I took away from the corner yesterday. I want to sort through them and organize them by color before putting them on the new like bookshelf thing. And then I also have some books back here that I need to take out and organize, so I'll try to do that this weekend.
Really wrong. The Ram 15.
Yesterday night I got home and was like, I'm going to organize my books by the colors for the bookshelf, and just sort of see how many I have and sort of see where they can go. So I am going to do that now. While we're here, I was like thinking maybe I should show you a few of the books that I really love and recommend. Since I'm like, I've been going through them anyway, and I'm like, oh, I haven't seen this in a while. And I feel like these aren't that many books. Like, it's not a ton, but there are some ones that, yeah, I definitely want to highlight real quick. One of the books that I read, I think when I was in college, off of the recommendation, My League Teal. Yeah, so I read this book in college called The Dividing Decade. It's been a while since I read this book, but it did help me so much in sort of realizing just how transformative your 20s can be, and how you're supposed to really be spending your 20s trying different things, figuring out things, learning yourself. And this is like that journey doesn't ever really stop. But your 20s is like a time where you're free from, you know, you're no longer, for the most part, you may have graduated college, you're like first learning what it's like to be independent and having all these bills to take care of, and like maintaining a home and building a home and all that stuff, and finding love, finding your partners. Like, what does that look like for you? And I really enjoyed reading this book. Now that I am older and I'm about to be leaving the 20s club, I feel like I should reread this again to see how I feel about it. But yeah, The Defining Decade was such a good book. I don't know why the pages are like orange, but yeah, I've brought this book around me forever. So I feel like I talked about this at one point, but I am obsessed with The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson. If you are interested in history, if you're interested in American history, African American history, read this book. It is so big, but so freaking like important work. And it really just highlights the Great Migration. Okay, so a fiction book. I feel like we've looked at all these different categories. Fiction book that I have and really like stuck with me is Homegoing by Ya Gyasi. This book is such a really interesting novel. It's pretty much about this novel is set in Ghana in the 18th century, and it sort of follows two half-sisters from separate villages who aren't aware of each other. One is sold into chattel slavery and is shipped to the Americas, and the other stays in Africa, and it follows their descendants up until like the 21st century. It's so good. The way that this book is laid out, and the way that it sort of captures, but this is like a really interesting perspective of the legacy of slavery in these two individuals, and maybe even and just like in the world as well. I don't know how I am explaining this right, but it really resonated with me, and I got it made me feel even more connected to my roots, or even more proud of my roots, and even more interested in learning about my roots and visiting Western Africa. And well, I don't really know like where my family or like where I'm descended from, like in terms of location, but I've never been to Africa. But I think I would be interested to travel and learn more about these countries within the continent that such a large part of my history and my descendants' history. So yeah, definitely check out Homegoing. It's so powerful. So I'm going to continue to organize these books and then put them up and then show you the after. Okay, just finished the bookshelf. I gotta give it up to Black Market Vintage, because don't mind that crap over there. But I gotta give it up to Black Market Vintage because they did like a whole stories about tips on organizing your bookcase and stuff, because they have just the most beautiful bookcase. And their tip was to organize your books first by the spine color and then by size, and that helps give your bookshelf an ordered look instead of randomly putting books in all these different places. And I just feel like this looks really orderly. It looks still really beautiful and colorful and everything, and adds like some liveliness to the space. But it's still just, I don't know, I think it looks really good. I think I did a good job, and I still have not hung up this print by Ashley Johnson. This stuff, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I need to take it down, but I still haven't figured out the art situation for this wall. But yeah, I did that. I think I'm gonna move the Rouge lamp to this space just because it's brighter, and then move a different lamp to be like my nightstand lamp, and just essentially just like try to shop my home to see what items I can use in different places. And here I have my finished Yoda. I feel like it definitely may be a little bit surprising, but I'm really proud of what I did, and I think it adds like a really quirky touch to an otherwise very serious, mature looking bookshelf. But yeah, this is what I have. Oh my gosh, looks like I've been through the ringer, but it is almost 8:30 and I have got the arroz con pollo cooking. I'm almost done with it now. Right now I just sort of combined all the chicken and the sazon, like the packaging and the chicken stock and everything, and I'm waiting for it to come to a boil, and then I'm going to lower the temperature. I'm gonna lower the temperature and then let it cook for 25 minutes because I also added rice in there, and the rice has to cook with the chicken. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to clean up. Okay, so I scooped some stuff out and the food is done. It's like a little past 9. I'm gonna eat just a little bit of it, it's just because it's late. But I pulled some cilantro, and I'm just gonna sprinkle that on the top before giving it a taste. I did taste it while I was cooking it, and it tastes amazing. Like, it tastes so good, but it doesn't taste like the arroz con pollo that I've had, like where like Puerto Ricans have made it, you know? Tastes a little bit different, but you know what? It's my first time doing it, and I'm proud of myself. This is what it's looking like. It's so freaking colorful. I don't know if that's I think it's the sazon that's giving it that color, but it looks really good. And then I used chicken thighs, so I got a few in there, but yeah, I'm excited. Let's try it. I was a little bit concerned that I had too much onion and I put too much red pepper, but it's all cooked down for the most part. And yeah, let's see. It does taste really good. It's a little bit on the salty side, and I can taste the flavor of all the the seasoning from the chicken. So yeah, it tastes really great. A lot of different flavors, really good. So I'm gonna have this and watch some Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, and I will see you all next time. I feel like this vlog is like mad long, but it is a week. It's literally been a whole full week in my life. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks if you've gotten this far. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great week. Bye.
She said she the one, I bet she thinks she is. Saying don't have no trust, I don't know where you been. I need a break.